Welcome back, Guardians. My name is Easy Now, and you are awesome. But if you are truly awesome, hit that like button and let's get this video to 15.72 likes. In this video, I wanted to look at all the new exotic armors across the board for all three characters, and that means there's 30 new exotics. Massive shout out to DPJ who actually made this video and made all the imagery you're going to see throughout this video, and he was kind enough to let me use it too for you guys, so big shout outs to him. Check out his channel, it'll be in the video description below. I'm not going to go into them in major depth. I'm going to read their main perk and then talk about what I think about that perk and what they look like from the little icon on screen. All the other perks are selectable perks and random selection perks, so if you want to pause it and have a look at them, feel free to do so. But let's get into it. First up, we will start with a hunter. So the first three new exotics are the exotic class items, which are the Chaos Cloak for future War Cults. We have the Cloak of Oblivion for Dead Orbit. And we have the Cloak of the Rising for New Monarchy. Now, obviously, all that does is increase reputation gain with said faction, but also it has a perk called the Life Exotic. This piece of exotic armor can be equipped at the same time as another piece of exotic armor, which is excellent. Next we have the Night Stalker Cloak, which upgrades your Night Stalker subclass 25% faster and your level increases 10% faster, and you get that from pre-ordering the collector's edition with the Taiko King. So now we're into the actual armors, and the first one we are looking at is the ATS/8 Tarantula, which is obviously the same as the helmet but in chest form. As you can see, it's got all the little dots all over the chest. Yeah, so the actual perk is take reduced arc damage from minions of the darkness, and arc grenades and arc blades recharge faster, and the perk is actually called the Tarantula. I think this armor looks pretty damn cool. I'm not a fan of hunters in general, but this chest piece looks great. I actually love the helmet, but it didn't have much use. But it sounds like it could be very useful for, I don't know, something like a Nightfall with Arcburn. Next, we have the sealed Ahamkara Grasps, and the main perk is called Nightmare Fuel. Gain an additional melee charge, and melee damage has a chance to automatically reload your primary weapon, which is pretty awesome to be honest, and is going to be quite useful in Crucible, because in Crucible sometimes, I find anyway, I am panicking when someone's close to me and I don't have enough ammo to kill them with their primary, so I just go to melee them and stab them, and sometimes I don't kill them. So if you stab them and you get your ammo back, all you have to do is fire a couple of bullets and you're going to kill them. From what I can see on the icon, it looks okay. They look pretty decent, but nothing spectacular, nothing we haven't seen before. Next we have Shino Boos Vow, and the perk is called Nutrix, which improves your skip grenade and you gain an additional skip grenade charge. Now I believe skip grenade is the new actual grenade for the Night Stalker class. I'm not sure about that though. I believe it is. As I said, I'm not a fan of hunters, but you do get an extra one, and they actually look pretty bad to be honest. I don't like the look of them at all. I can't even give them praise because they look a bit weird. But anyway, that's Shino Boos Vow, and that's what they do. So next we have the Graviton Forfeit, which by far, in my opinion, across everything that's coming with the Taken King, is the coolest, best looking helmet ever in the history of anything. And the perk is Elusive Shadow, and it's actually quite a good perk because it unlocks the subclass node Shade Step for free. So Shade Step is the new kind of like Blink. It sort of just moves you out the way and you sort of like teleport slightly. It's not as brutal as Blink is, but it's going to be very, very useful across the board in Crucible and in PvE. And the reason why I love this helmet is, for some reason, it reminds me of the Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe. I don't know why, it just does. It looks incredible. I hope to God that purple thing can change colour, so you can have it red or blue or something. That would be awesome if with what shader you use. But even if it stays purple, it's still the coolest looking thing I have ever seen. Next we have the Skyburner's Annex, and this helmet actually looks pretty cool as well. It reminds me of something from Bioshock. The perk is the Versatile Shooter, where heavy weapon kills have a chance to create orbs. Orbs collected when your super is full have a chance to grant special ammo. This is going to be extremely useful for people who want to use shotguns in Crucible, and people have used their specials and there's orbs around, and you get free special ammo by running through it if you get it to proc and you are granted with it. It looks incredible, the helmet does. Not quite as good as the last one we saw, but it looks unique, it looks different, it looks scary to a certain extent, but I like it a lot. And last but not least, for the hunters, we have their exotic feat, and they're called the Frost EE5, and we have rapid cooldown, tighter turn radius while sprinting, increased grenade and melee regeneration while sprinting. You know, nothing can be said there. Decent perks, decent looks. Hunters are definitely getting some great exotics, but let's move on to the next class, which is the Titan. First up again, we have the actual class items. We have the Mark of Oblivion for Dead Orbit, we have the Mark of the Circle for Future Warcourt, and we have the Mark of the Executor for the New Monarchy. And again, it increases the reputation gains with certain factions, and you get to equip it while wearing another exotic. Next, we have Mark of the Sunforged. Your Subbreaker subclass upgrades 25% faster, and your level increases 10% faster. So pretty damn cool, and it looks pretty decent, to be honest. I like the look of it. Next, we have the Twilight Garrison, which is an exotic chest, and the perk is called Tactical Air Support. Press something while airborne to evade. Now, I'm assuming that the actual key's not there because obviously you play on Xbox or PlayStation, but whatever you press while you're in midair will evade left or right, so you could avoid, I don't know, maybe something like a rocket coming at your face in Crucible. It looks okay. I don't like that big white symbol on the front of the chest. I'd prefer for it to just be blank like the rest of the chest is. But, you know, those little things that are sticking out here and there actually look pretty cool, so I haven't made my mind up on it yet. Next, we have the Emulation Fists. And we have the perk Accelerant. Unlocks the Sunbreaker subclass node Explosive Pyre for free. Enemies brought down by your hammers explode, chaining fiery solar damage to other enemies. That is an excellent, excellent perk to have, and a great exotic to have, because if you look at how it looks, you have like kind of like incendiary grenades attached to your arm, or what it looks like that anyway, and on both parts of the arm as well. So it looks like it's a big system that might generate fire, and that's why it's called Immolation Fists. Maybe they're just on fire 24/7, so when you actually equip them, there's fire coming off them. That would be amazing. But I like the perk and I like the arms, so yeah, pretty cool. Next, we have the Fagomizers, and we have 1-2 punch. Fist of Havoc kills, recharge your melee, and melee kills, recharge your Fist of Havoc, and you gain an additional melee charge. Not a bad perk to have at all, especially if you're using it with Fist of Havoc, and you have something like Rain Blows, which actually comes with this thing, so you can actually punch really quickly, you gain additional melee charges, and it recharges your Fist of Havoc, and vice versa. Looks weird. In my opinion, I can't get on board with it. It looks a bit strange, but I'm guessing when you actually have them equipped, it might look a little bit better. Now, if you look on the shoulder of the arms, you have two little spikes that are sort of coming out of it and going out of the icon. You can't see it. But if you look at how thick the bottom of that spike is as it's leaving the icon, that leads me to believe that those spikes are going to be pretty huge coming off your shoulders. And if that is the case, then I am on board, because who doesn't love massive spikes? You know what I mean? Next, we have the Empyrean Bellicos, and we have Anti-Grav Thrusters. Aiming weapons while in air hold you in place for a short time, and orbs collected while your super is full will recharge your melee ability. I absolutely love the look of this helmet. It looks like some sort of Knights of the Round Table / Assassin's Creed style helmet. I don't even know why that's coming into my mind, but it is. The actual perk itself sounds pretty cool. To be able to snipe from midair would be awesome. But the orbs collection when your super is full, recharging your melee ability, if you have something with increased melee attack speed, is going to be extremely, extremely useful, especially with a Taiko. Next, we have the Taikonaut, which is an astronaut helmet. The helmet's worn by the first Chinese lunar colonists of the Golden Age, and the perk is air traffic control. All rocket launchers gain tracking. Your radar remains visible while zooming with heavy weapons, and heavy ammo drops increase when using a rocket launcher. This is the most insane helmet. I believe out of all of them, this has the most overpowered perk, or what seems like it at the moment. But it actually looks pretty cool with like the yellow visor of the astronaut helmet. You know, you can't. I hope you can see through it and see the person's head. That'd be awesome. But if it stays yellow, it's still awesome. And maybe it may change color with shaders. But it's pretty damn cool looking helmet and an amazing perk. And last but not least for the Titans, we have the June Marchers, the exotic feat, and again one of the best perks across the board. We have Speed, Demon, increased sprint speed, extended slide distance, increased movement speed while aiming your weapon, and tighter turn radius while sprinting. What the hell is that? That is ridiculous. And I'm guessing they're just giving Titans more of a movement option because obviously they haven't had anything like Blink, so they're giving them a real big boost in their movement and agility. Look pretty cool as well, can't complain, but the perk seems a bit ridiculous. But anyway, let's get into the Warlock and what they have. So as usual, we have the 3 exotics for the faction class items. We have Circle of War for Future War Cult, we have Light Beyond for Dead Orbit, and we have the Age to Come for New Monarchy. And as always, they increase reputation with the faction, and you can wear them with another exotic, which is pretty cool still. We have the Stormcaller Bond, which increases your subclass 25% faster and your level increases 10% faster. It looks pretty cool as well. But let's get into the actual armor. So the first one we have is the Alchemists Raiment, and the primary perk is Iron to Gold. Chance to gain Glimmer on primary ammo pickup. Orbs collected when your super is full recharge your grenades and melee. This looks like it would be amazing for, I don't know, a Glimmer farm. So if you're doing a Glimmer farm and you're picking up primary ammo, you have extra chance of getting Glimmer. It doesn't say how much Glimmer you get per pack, but I'm assuming it'll be in the like 40 to 60 range because there's obviously a lot of primary packs that do drop. And the perk for the orbs collected while super is full is pretty decent as well. Looks okay. I'm not a fan of it myself personally, and I love the Warlock stuff, but I'm not really a fan of how this looks. So a little bit disappointing for me in terms of perk and looks, but you know, you guys might think differently, so hit that comment section and let me know what you think. Next we have the Ophidian aspect, which is the exotic arms, and they look so damn cool. The perk is Viper Totemic. I can't even. And it's improved siphon and weapons ready and reload very quickly. I'm looking forward to that because I do like a good weapon that can reload fast and aim down sight fast. And it never hurts to have improved siphon abilities. But the actual look of these look like some sort of snake skin across your arm, like you've murdered a snake, a cobra or something, and you've stuck it on your arm. I think that's what it's intending to be, is to be like snake skin or snake skin design. But they look pretty awesome. I cannot wait to get these. These might be my, my guilty pleasure, the one that I want to get that I don't necessarily need, but it looks damn cool. I hope I get it in the first week. Next we have the Impossible Machines, which also look pretty cool. Over the fist they have like some sort of device which has lightning traveling through them, and the actual perk is Lightning Rod, which unlocks the Stormcaller subclass node Landfall for free, and that on casting Storm Trance it fires a bolt of lightning into the ground, creating a devastating shockwave under you. So one of the perks is to get that where when you activate it hits a lightning bolt onto you, but with that as well as mixed with one of the other perks, this is going to be pretty damn cool, especially for PvE if you're surrounded by a lot of enemies. Next we have the Astrosite Verse, another really cool looking helmet. It's completely glass, or what looks like glass anyway, across the entire helmet, and it's got like void build up inside, energy that's just pulsating through. And the perk is Teleportation, reduces blink cooldown and increases the travel distance of blink. So this is to power up, blink obviously, and if it wasn't already bad enough, this might actually ruin Crucible. This helmet on its own might actually ruin Crucible, so we just have to wait and see. But who cares if it ruins Crucible, because it looks amazing. We have the Stag, which is the upgrade of the Ram, I believe. It's another similar animal shaped helmet, and the two actual antlers of the Stag stand straight up and actually quite high off the helmet, so they're gonna be very eye-catching to people. And the primary perk is Do or Die. Once per life, your supercharges faster when your teammates are dead. Chance to respawn with an overshield. Now that first perk seems, I don't know, I can't really think of it. I know it's giving you more of an offense if your teammates have died in a nightfall or something, but I don't think it's that great. But the chance to respawn with an overshield is going to be disgusting in Crucible, especially if the spawns are as bad as they have been recently. But it looks cool and the perk's decent, so not a bad helmet at all. And last but not least, we have the first ever exotic feat for the Warlock, woohoo! And they're called Transversive Steps, and they look pretty cool. It looks like they got like a hologram wrapped around the legs, And the primary perk is Strange Angles. Gain faster movement speed while crouching. Picking up ammo automatically reloads the weapon, matching that ammo's type. Pretty decent perk, to be honest. I can't tell you the amount of times where I've picked up heavy ammo or used a heavy ammo synth, changed to my rocket trying to kill people, and I need to reload first. So this is going to be a decent perk for PvE. It's not going to be useful at all in PvP, except for maybe to gain faster movement while crouching. But realistically, how many people crouch around the map unless they're a blade dancer? So, you know, going to be great for PvE. We'll just have to wait to see how it adapts to PvP, in my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of all these exotics that we have seen. I know this is a little bit of a longer video, but it's definitely worth it. So hit that like button if you wish to, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.